for making a judicious application and implementation of our Section 51, Sub 2. Mr. Speaker,
speak to the mic.
Mr. Speaker, I stopped at a point where I was saying, furthermore, according to the principles and guidelines on the right to a fair trial and legal assistance in Africa, 2003, Principle G, having as heading, right of civilians not to be tried by military courts, states, A, the only purpose of military courts shall be to determine offences of a purely military nature committed by military personnel. B, while exercising this function, military courts are required to respect fair trial standards enunciated in the African Charter and in these guidelines. C, military courts should not in any circumstances whatsoever have jurisdiction over civilians. In the light of the foregoing, where are you taking our country, Cameroon, to? Are we a member of the United Nations? Are we a member of the African Union? Are we going to continue to live in a state of barbarism? Is this being worthy of anything? Again, and on another score, the principles and guidelines on the right of fair trial and legal assistance in Africa provides in Principle M, titled Provisions Applicable to Arrest and Detention. Title 1, Right to Liberty and Security. A, states shall ensure that the right of everyone on its territory and under his jurisdiction to liberty and security of person is respected. B, states must ensure that no one shall be subject to arbitrary arrest and detention, and that arrest, detention, or imprisonment shall only be carried out strictly in accordance with the provisions of the law and by competent officials or persons authorized for that purpose, pursuant to a warrant or reasonable suspicion or for probable cause. Under what instrument, Mr. Minister of Defense, international, local, or even national, are you therefore abducting civilians from the northwest and southwest regions and ferrying them to Yaoundé to be tried by a military tribunal? I say so because of all the over 85 citizens of the northwest and southwest regions whom you have abducted and kept in the jails of Yaoundé, that is in the Konenge High Security Prison, in said, none has revealed to us that he or she was presented an arrest warrant signed by the competent official as provided by the Criminal Procedure Code. And to the Minister, to our Justice Minister, in what way did your ordinary courts or the judiciary fail you to the extent that you have had to abdicate in favor of a military tribunal the functions that, by the laws of Cameroon, and the international arena appertain to these courts and the judiciary? I believe that if adequate answers are provided to the varying questions I have posed, and having regard to all that I have presented so far, we will certainly be called upon to revisit the content of Section 8 of this bill, which concerns the competence of the military tribunal. We would also be asking the Minister of Defense to go to Konenge High Security Prison and to set and take back the northwest and southwest regions all the people held in captivity. This would constitute a demonstration that we are a law-abiding nation, that we are a country that respects the rule of law, and that the breaking of Cameroon into two distinct countries should be taken off the agenda. Else, the people of the northwest and southwest regions have more than enough evidence and justification to exercise their inherent right to self-determination. They cannot sit by and face total annihilation and extinction. We await your answers, Mr. Minister. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Merci, honorable député. La parole est à Cavaye.
You need that right up. Talk about the beginning.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for recognizing my modest self. Your Excellency,
I have a proxy. No, do. Mention. I have a proxy for
C'est normal. Non, on a